Hello everyone, welcome to another Power Talk with Archana. Taking forward my series on Power Women, I have a very special guest with me today. Suman Agarwal is a part of my professional network and based in Mumbai, Maharashtra, India. She is an image evangelist, author, TEDx speaker, and the president of Image Management Professionals Association. A master's awardee in image management consulting from Federation of Image Professionals International United Kingdom, Suman has had a splendid career with Jet Airways as the head grooming for close to a decade. Suman decided to be her own boss, and she is today the co-founder of the renowned Image Consulting Business Institute in Mumbai with her company offices across India. Suman has contributed significantly to the growth of the image consulting industry in India. She has touched innumerable lives, working very closely with her people and geared them to live a life of their dreams. This glamorous mom of a 24-year-old and a 6.5-year-old, a successful entrepreneur, a doting wife, a lovely friend, she's spearheading her life with grace and optimism. Let's welcome my guest Suman on board. Hello Suman, you are the power woman of the day. How are you doing?
Hi, Archana. Thank you for inviting me over. I'm doing very well. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure to have you with us, Suman. We've known you as a strong leader in the industry from a very long time now. You've really made a space for yourself. You are a woman of substance in your own right. Tell me one thing, as you wake up each morning, you have so many feathers in your cap of a mom, a wife, a daughter in law, and you wear your dream on your sleeves. How do you create this beautiful balance as you juggle between all these roles and still stay absolutely perfect?
Okay, so Archana, I have a couple of things that I do every day, and the most important thing is that setting priorities and sorting them right is very, very important for me.
Yeah,
Having a schedule is extremely important because we have so many responsibilities as a mother, as a wife, as a co-founder, an entrepreneur. Looking after the online classes, also taking care of our own online work because we are all working from home, then looking after the cooking because we have limited staff in the house. So all those things really take a toll sometimes. But then if you don't manage your priorities well, I mean, everything goes haywire. So
yeah,
limiting distractions, sorting
yeah.
priorities are two important things because that's something which is extremely important. So I don't usually get distracted. I try to make sure that I have like a proper routine and I abide by it to the T because if I don't have a routine, everything will go haywire. Another thing is
Absolutely.
drawing a line between home and work. So that is also another
Yeah,
thing which is very important because at work time there is only work happening, and there is when there
yeah,
is home time, when you have to look after everything, all the daily chores of cooking and taking care of other responsibilities, then it all these things have to be divided and prioritized.
absolutely.
So there has to be a set time for everything in life, and that is what happens in day to day routine as well. And the last but not the least, delegating responsibilities. So that is also something
Yeah,
which is very important because you can't do everything on your own. If you try to be
absolutely.
a superwoman and try to take over all the responsibilities on your head, then you'll end up doing
Yeah,
nothing perfectly. So if
absolutely.
you want things to happen on time and in order in the right way, then you have to also delegate responsibilities. So I make sure that even my son has certain responsibilities, although he's
Wow.
just 6.5. So he also makes sure that he takes care of his own, having his shower, getting dressed up, setting his table, and organizing his things. So I don't do it for him. I have made
Wow.
sure that he does things for himself. So that is
Wow.
how I stay sane in these insane times also. So especially during
Right.
the times when, I mean, there is a lockdown and we are all sitting in the house 24/7.
Yeah.
I mean, to stay normal, these are the kind of things you basically, need to keep in mind and abide by it.
Wow, lovely. I think it's completely about walking the talk. I mean, this is what you do every day, even at work, organizing, making people more organized and staying in their, area of work and making sure they deliver. And that's what you're even teaching your children. I think that's absolutely wonderful. So here is one power woman we have who literally walks the talk. And this is what is required if you really want to be successful, if you really want to grow and touch the height, just as our power woman Suman Agarwal has done. Wonderful. So, but tell me one thing. I mean, as we all know, there people have dreams. But as we grow up, we realize that people either live their dreams or they live the ambition of their parents. We actually at times grow up wanting to fulfill the ambition our parents have for us. So, what has been your driving force all along that you are who you are today?
So here I would like to be a little different from the normal people who are actually normal, and I think I consider myself to be a little abnormal out of all the normalcy that floats around, because I was very different from other people, and I was not a very obedient child, so to say. I mean, I was a rebel, and being the first child in the family, I have always been a rebellious child, and I always felt that, I mean, there is a lot of discrimination between having a girl child and a boy child.
Yeah.
So from the very beginning, I always wanted to do things on my own and be on my own, and my parents always had this expectation that I should become a doctor.
Wow.
And I was on a different journey because I had nothing to do with education, and
Yeah.
surprisingly I am a part of the education industry today. So yeah, so I was not very inclined towards academics, and I was always inclined towards creative arts and, I mean, drama and dance and things like that. But nobody actually understood at that point of time, and then because of my being a rebellious child, I had to walk out of my house, and I walked out exactly on my 18th birthday. So that was the time, and I never looked back, in the sense that I do have great relationship with my parents now, but I never came back to the house to live, in that house.
Yeah.
And fortunately or unfortunately, I mean, the scenarios happened as such that I got married to the very first person who came in my life. But then I
Yeah.
had a very different life altogether, and I had my share of struggles, my share of anxieties, fears, problems.
Yeah.
But I overcame all those problems, and I realized that if you don't have a dream, you
Yeah.
cannot survive.
Right.
So in order to survive, in order to stay motivated in your life, you must always have a dream, and you should always be inclined to fulfill that dream. So if you
Absolutely.
don't have an inspiration or a motivation to fulfill that dream, I mean, your life is absolutely worthless. So in whichever
Absolutely.
format, you must definitely dream. It's not about
Yeah.
big or small, it has to be a dream and an
Lovely.
ambition to fulfill that dream. So
Yeah.
whether whatever circumstances I had, I still had a dream, and I
Yeah.
made sure that I fulfill it, and I fulfilled it. So of course I did not go by what my parents told me to do. I mean, I did something totally different. But then
Yeah.
whatever I did, I was quite successful at it, because academically I was not very successful because I was not very great in studies. I was a
Yeah.
college dropout, and that made me even more determined to do or to excel in whatever I do, because I had to prove it to the whole world that I'm still good at whatever I do, and I have to be the best out of the rest.
Yeah.
So that is
I think
why,
you're
I mean,
very,
I have been very sorted in my head about what
yeah.
I want to do in life. My priorities are very clear, and at the
Yeah.
same time I make sure that I have excellent relationship with my parents at the same time, and I'm one of the most responsible kids of the family.
Wow. Lovely. I think this is what life is all about, when you can strike that balance with your work and your family life, and also to have a drive in you. I think that's really important. That is what gets people going. See, an ambition to live your own dreams. I think it has to be very process driven and also at the same time very vision driven. When you have that vision and you drive yourself, take yourself through a process, you're bound to achieve it. And obviously relations, they're all a part of your life, so you actually weave yourself around them, with them, along with them, to reach your goals. I think that is really wonderful. And I feel these are the few ingredients that really make a person very successful. We really see a beautiful journey there, Suman. That's so lovely. And I can really see it has really taken you a lot, to create the brand and create an image for yourself and for the brand that you stand true to today. So what advice would you like to give to people, to create that perfect visual image or a brand for themselves? What is it that really takes to make one and stay with that forever?
So I think what has really worked for me are two very important things. One is being appropriate for the roles, goals, occasions, and activities, because you have to always project a very appropriate image.
Yeah.
So you have to be absolutely, in sync with what the situation is, what your circumstances are, and then
Yeah.
act accordingly. Second thing is being authentic. Authenticity goes hand in hand, because if you're not authentic, if you're trying to be someone else, you lose yourself completely. So if you want to be a brand, if you want to be somebody who is looked at by other people like in a particular manner, then these two aspects come very handy, and they are very important points, being appropriate and being authentic. So these 2 points have really worked very, very well for me. I am not somebody who would like to be somebody else, and I would
Yeah.
love to fit into my shoes, because I feel most comfortable in my shoes. And
Absolutely.
I would definitely like to be the way I am, and of course be play the role, a
Yeah.
particular role. If I am playing a particular role, I have to look the part.
Yeah.
So these two things become a priority in my mind when it comes to projecting the right image and creating a brand for myself.
Right. I think that's quite right, until unless you're very sure of what you are looking for, how you want to be remembered, what is it that you want people to see in you, it just doesn't come from the inside. So you have to stay unique. It has to be your own skin. That is what reflects best on you, and that is what you look best in. And if we endorse that, if we embrace that, then we won it. Actually, half the battle is won. So very nice. Tell me, I mean, Suman, you've had a big team. You still have a very big team, and there are people who really look up to you. So, what is your leadership style? I mean, what makes you a great leader, and how come you are such a favorite among everybody in the fraternity? So, what is it? What message would you like to give to the budding people out here who look up to having a leadership role today? How does it happen? I mean, what is that magic that you create in your work that you become a leader that you are?
So I think being a role model is something which is, lead by example is something which is very, very important. And that is what has always helped me. And a lot of people look up to me for that. A lot of them also want to be like me, fit into my shoes, and they are most welcome, because some time or the other they would definitely fit into these shoes, because they are always growing by each day and becoming what they
Yes.
want to become, and what they want to achieve in life. We create different ways and means to make sure that everybody gets immense value when it comes to getting something out of either the organization or through me personally. I mean, there is
Yeah.
always some sort of a value addition, always constant learning and developing that keeps happening. And there is always a takeaway for everybody, whoever is there and whoever wants to get something out of it. So in
Yeah.
terms of being a leader, in terms of being a role model, I've always provided immense value, and that is something which I would continue to do. And I will ensure that none of my students, none of my staff, none of my employees are ever disappointed with at
Wow.
any given point of time.
Lovely. I think, Suman, what really touched my heart here is that you're very comfortable in creating another Suman Agarwal. You're very creating in letting people step into your shoes, no matter how big they are, to fill that space. I think this is really amazing for leaders. I think it's a very important note out there. You know, we have to be very comfortable in making sure that we groom people to maybe become, you know, someone as big as you are. And because people look up to you, I think that's a very good quality in any leader in today's time, to be able to feel very comfortable and let be in that space where people are welcome to be. They, if they look at you, then yes, of course, why not? I mean, you can definitely help them come up to that level. I think this
And
is
at the
really
same time, there
amazing.
is a lot of support provided all the time. So whenever they need any kind of support, any kind of hand holding, I mean, they know for sure that I'm always available, you know, for any kind of support that they want to reach out to me for.
Lovely. I think this is really amazing. Absolutely great. Lovely. So tell me, Sumin, I mean, whenever there is, you know, you have people, you know, around you. So what are few things that you would like to tell them, or you would like to judge them upon as to, you know, should be a part of a great personality, a great image? What are things people on an average should be working on now? Most of us are home. Well, I think it's very important. Like, you know, we talk about public speaking is a part of it. Diction is a part of it. You know, the way you dress up, the way you look, the way your skin looks, how radiant you are, how confident you are. So what are those little pointers that you would like to give to people? They can work on their grooming.
So, like I said, the 2 points, being authentic and being appropriate, I would say that first and foremost, the most important thing is that you have to be appropriate for your roles, goals, occasions, and activities. So, I have had an incident where one of my image consultant came up and she said that I have a client and she always feels very low on self confidence, and she used to be a working professional and she took a sabbatical because of her family, and now today her family doesn't respect her the way she expected them to respect. So my
Right.
first question was that what does she wear at home? I mean, what kind of attire is she in, you know, when she's sitting at home? And then
Yeah.
I was told that she's always in her casuals. So when you don't look the part, you don't feel the part. When you don't feel the part, you don't act the part. When you don't act the part, you just get similar response, you know, in the bargain. So what happens is that when you get similar response from your children, so your children treat you just like another sibling in the house, and your husband treats you like another child in the house. So that
Absolutely.
is why your children don't take you seriously and your spouse doesn't take you seriously, and that is where the problem comes. You don't get enough attention, basically, and then when you don't get attention, you feel frustrated. When you're frustrated, you don't know what to do, and then you start regretting that, you know, I mean, why did I sacrifice my life because of my children and my family, and, you know, I mean, so and so on and so forth.
Absolutely.
So this is where the problem came, and I realized, and when this was told to the consultant, that, you know, work on her appearance and tell
Yeah.
her to look the part. I mean, she has to dress up, lift herself, lift her look, lift her mood, which is very important. So when this
Absolutely.
happens, a lot of things change. You are visually communicating something else rather than just being a, you know, I mean, a casual person sitting in the house. So when this happened, a lot of things changed in her relationship with her family, her son, her husband. Everything changed, and there was a lot of difference. There was a lot of improvement, and
Yes.
all she had to change was the way she looked.
Yeah.
So her visual communication changed, and that changed the entire message that she was conveying through her appearance to her family. And this is where the gap got bridged, and she was very happy, and then the relationships became better. So
Yeah.
I would like to say that when you have a particular, don't take relationships for granted. That is
Yeah.
something which is very important, because when we don't take care of ourselves, it also indicates that we are not taking our relationships for granted, because we don't really care about who we are with and what do we really tell our people who are associated with us. So this
Okay.
is
Yeah.
something which is very important, and that is where you have to be a little conscious about the fact that what you wear also impacts people around you,
Yeah.
because your appearance
Absolutely.
affect the way you think, the way you feel, the way you act and behave, and basis that people react and respond to you.
Absolutely. I think you're very well said there, Suman. In fact, now that we are all home, it's quite, I have also spoken to people about this. It's important to stay in your attire as if you are actually going to work. Because if you don't dress up as if you're going to work, then you will not feel like as if you're in the office. You will not work to the best of your efficiency. I think the way you dress up, it just completely lifts up the mood and you come in, you are in that go-getter phase. I think you are absolutely right there. Great. So tell me, I mean, you've been there in the industry for so long. Is there anything that you would want to change, or you feel that probably I should have taken a better decision there? What has been your worst decision? Would you like to maybe change it? What do you think about it?
Um, I would like to say that the best decision in my life was when I left my house at the age of 18. And the worst decision is for the wrong, I left my house for the wrong reason. So the reason was wrong. So I would say that I left my house for the, when I left my house at the age of 18, I mean, I went through a lot of struggles. I went through a lot of problems, personal problems, financial problems, but that made me a very strong person. That made me a very, somebody who became a fighter. So I
Yeah,
fought with all my struggles. I fought with all my adversities, and I
yeah,
came out to be a much, much better and much more sorted individual.
yeah,
The worst decision was, again, the same thing, that I left my house, but that was for the wrong reason. I
yeah,
thought that I would leave my house, get married to somebody, and I would settle down, and then I would start my career, and things would be like absolutely hunky dory. But that was not the case, and
yeah,
I had to face a lot of adverse situation during that time. So
yeah,
whenever you do something in life, there has to be a reason behind it, and the reason has to be absolutely correct. So that is
right.
something which is very, very important. So I mean, whether you do certain things which are correct, whether you do certain things which are incorrect, but in your own mind, things have to be absolutely crystal clear, and you have to have the right reasons to take a particular step in life.
Yeah.
So that is something which is, I mean, a learning for me. I mean, it has been a great learning in my life, that whatever you do, your reasons to do that particular thing has to be absolutely right.
Right. Very right. I think the great learning for all of us out there, Suman. But the best part of your entire journey has been that you're still closest to your parents and you've achieved success. You're a wonderful mom, a wonderful wife, wonderful leader, but you are absolutely a great entrepreneur today. What else could one ask for? Tell me one thing, Suman, when you look back, what is that one thing that you really, really smile at? What is that one thing that brings smile on your face?
The happiest moment is when I got my master's certification. So
Yeah.
that is something which brought a very big smile on my face, because I was always tagged as somebody who was not a graduate.
Yeah.
And I was always under this feeling of being deficient, that, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not qualified enough to, do certain things in my life. But then when I got my master's award from the Federation of Image Professionals International, that was
Yeah.
something which was very, very encouraging for me,
Yeah.
and a moment of high, because that was a
Absolutely.
certification which not very many people have received. And that was a great sense of achievement, and all the way from UK. So I was
Yeah.
there and I got my certification, and that was like a great moment of high for me, and that brought me the biggest smile on my face.
Absolutely. In fact, we are very proud of you, Suman. Absolute pleasure to have you around with us. An absolute honor to have you around with us. Tell me, Suman, I mean, you being in the image consulting industry today, who is that one person you would like to choose whose image you would want to work on?
I would definitely like to work a little bit on Ranveer Singh.
Yeah.
Although he has a great sense of style, although he is a style icon, but then I would definitely like to work upon his image, because he probably is somebody who is definitely into that fraternity, but his image change would be a very big challenge, because he definitely is a style icon, and
Yeah.
he's a style leader of today. So
Yeah.
I would not like to change his image, but I would definitely like to work with somebody who's a very iconic and very challenging at the same time,
Yeah.
because he knows how to, change his, he does role reversals, according to
Yeah.
his situations. So working with somebody like him would be a very big challenge, and I would definitely like to accept a challenge like that.
Wow, now that's a power woman who loves challenges. I think this is something really positive, something really inspiring. Great, Suman. I think this is one thing you've told people, that you should actually keep accepting challenges, keep marching forward, and never be scared or afraid of what's coming in front of you. You should just accept those challenges, give your 100%, and add value to it. I think this is really amazing. More power to you, Suman. Great. So tell me, I mean, you are a power woman. People look up to you. You're an inspiration to many, but who is that one person who really inspires you?
So my guru Judith Rasband, from whom I have learned image consulting, is somebody who really inspires me because she's 3 times cancer survivor. She is at the age of 75. I mean, she still gets up at about 6 in the morning and ends her day at 2 in the night.
Wow.
So she is a very, very passionate image consultant, and she's one of the number one image consultants of the world. And I definitely look up to him for her sense of style, her passion, her dedication towards the image management industry, the kind of
Yeah.
work that she has done, the kind of contribution that she has made in the industry. So definitely, I mean, there is no two way about saying that I really feel proud of the fact that I have been her student and I have learned from her. And I definitely look at her as my mentor, and
Yeah.
definitely would like to be like her someday. I'm sure that day is little far away, but I am definitely, working towards being like her.
Wow, that's amazing. Lovely, Suman. Give us your one power message to my audience who really feel energetic and, just start their journey, think nothing about it, no two thoughts. They just want to start right now. What is that your power message to those people?
I think there's a quote by Judith only, and I would like to quote that quote over here, that when you don't know what you don't know, you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah. Wow. Right. It's absolutely right. So lovely. I mean, I think it's very important. Just plunge into what you really want to do it, have that vision and just get into it. You will definitely come out successful, and more power to everybody out there who are longing to launch themselves. Just don't think about it. Just do it. Be convinced and be confident on what you're good at, and just go ahead. Lovely. Great, Suman. Thank you so much for coming on board. Thank you for spilling so much of inspiration and motivation around for my audience to, get up, get going, and make best of their lives. Thank you so much. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure having you with us.
Thank you for having me, Archana. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Suman. That was Power Woman Sumar Agarwal for you. It's just about that conviction, that drive, that passion in you that can take you very close to your goal and finally achieve it. It's just about that confidence. It's just about taking those right decisions at the right time. Staying convinced, staying focused is all what is required to be successful, to come into power and lead a team of your choice, of your dreams. Live your dreams, stay happy, stay focused. I wish you all the best and stay tuned for more.